It costs you nothing to hit that like button, family. Big Chap TV, where you know you gon' see that truth, that now this game's so free. He give it a cut, that's how it's gotta be. It's Big Chap TV.
What up, family? Cost you nothing to hit that like button, fam. Boosie and Ralo. If you don't know, Ralo just went on a rant about Boosie, and he was speaking on, how they pushed up on Boosie and them and ready to crash. Reason they was ready to crash because him and Boosie had been going back and forth about the snitching allegations that's on Ralo's name. I always have said with this situation that it can get real because they both got some real hitters around them that's willing to do what they do for Boosie or Ralo. I mean, the ones around Ralo is more Muslim. I mean, they together, fam. You got to call it how you see it when they come to that fam goon, and they don't play by Ralo, and the individuals that Boosie got around him, they don't play by him neither. And we don't want to see these situations come about at the end of the day, but it's very well possible when snitching allegations and different street politics begin to come up and individuals see each other in traffic, it can get crazy, fam. Now, with that being said, Ralo spoke on Boosie, and he was speaking on how they pulled up on Boosie ready to crash. They was ready to crash out. And he was making it seem as Boosie now was humble. While they, when they was pulling up, it wasn't the type of energy that Boosie was having. He didn't exactly say that, but in the interview, it made it seem like they had the energy and Boosie and them people didn't. Now, Boosie responded to this. Boosie like, come on now, Ralo. He was like, only the people that know what really happened is the people that was around. The only people that really know their conversation and what really happened is them and the people was around. And then Boosie said he thought that they was going to keep it off the internet and leave it alone, right? Now, with that being said, Boosie didn't come back on this response really aggressive to Ralo. He was just saying like, hey, I thought we was going to keep it off the internet. I thought we was going to leave it alone. Ralo came back with another response again, though, and was saying he was just telling the truth in his part of the story, but Ralo was talking aggressive a little bit still in this post towards Boosie. Will Boosie respond again? Will this thing get out of hand? Because it seemed that Boosie is trying to, let bygones be bygones. But it's easy to let the bygone be the bygone when you're not the one on the other side of the fence suffering off what you have said about a man. Right? So Ralo feel like a lot of people switched on him when Boosie did. A lot of people did. That's just the way the game go. People play politics like that in this rap game, and it always have been like that. Now, with that being said, do I want to see anything go on between these two now? Am I tired of seeing a drummer go down in hip hop? Yes, fam. Like, am I tired of seeing it going down in the streets of my daily life? Yes, fam. Niggas on niggas is black on black crime, all these different malfunctions that we have with each other, and it don't really mean nothing. It all just be a bunch of conversation. And niggas is dying just over conversation, fam. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no particular, half of this shit we ain't even gonna remember why we was into it with each other 10 years from now, fam. Like, straight up. 10 years ago, I can't remember half of the shit that, you feel me, you just don't remember. So it don't mean nothing. Anything that you don't really remember in your past, it really didn't mean nothing. The things that really meant something, you remember because you use them in your present to get better with your future. You dig what I'm saying? Salute to Boosie, though. Salute to Ralo. Salute to both of them. And reason I say that, because both of them stand, I don't want to say Boosie. We know he been having that gun charge, and he got set up on that, really. But at the same time, Boosie was staying out of trouble. I salute that. Ralo come home after his 5. He been staying out of trouble. He been building, doing what he do still in his community and letting people know that's what he really standing on, and that's how he really feel about his people. It's not a gimmick. I hate to see Boosie have to go down to do these 2 years. Don't know if he gonna have to do the full 2 or whatever the case might be. I hate to see him go through what he going through with his son. You know what I'm saying? To the Raw done caught them charges. So it all can get bad fast in one's life, no matter who you is or what you got going. We all got to be careful, fam. Because this situation with Boosie, we didn't see coming. The situation even with Ralo, he didn't see it coming up out these gates. But God used certain people for you to change and to you to come into your character of who he wants you to be. So some of us have to suffer snitching allegations. Some of us have to suffer just being ugly from birth, just being real with you. Certain people have to suffer just being fat. It's in their blood. You know, people picking with them. They bullies and different things like that. Some people born with a big, so whatever the case might be that God put on us, it's for us to become better people even in the worst of it. Have you noticed the people that's on social media that one may be ugly, so to speak, what the world will call? Now they making a lot of money off being ugly. One got a big head. I seen one dude, he ain't got no neck, but he making a lot of money off having no neck. People was coming up in school, they was picking with him. You know, you got no neck. So I'm saying God will use, you know, your pain for your strength if you can endure and know that God is in the blessing business even in your pain, fam. So a lot of things that we go through, we need to go through in life. Whoever you are, stand on who you is. If you a heavy set person, it's hard for you to lose weight. You've been like that, or stand on who you is. You know what I'm saying? Walk with pride in who you are. Because people gonna talk regardless whether you a millionaire, you're poor, broke, or hungry, people still gonna run their mouth. I've learned to let people run their mouth. And it seemed to me every time people speak on my name and say different things that I've seen in my life, and I feel like I'm like, God, I'm the chosen one, because things start to happen them people's way. Like I'm being dead real with you, fam. Because God know I don't start nothing. He know I come into situations with a pure heart to try to help everybody that I can. But when you got the chosen one, you got to watch who you dealing with and who you cursing against, who you saying things about, because you never know how God is dealing with that person. You never know how that person is working with God and having a relationship with him. So we got to be very much careful. Will this situation go overboard with Ralo now? Will this situation go overboard with Boosie if they see each other again? I think it very well possibly could. Because I don't think Ralo trying to let it go, like talking about. Because I can understand why Boosie did his response, because in this interview, you can tell that Ralo was kind of, you know, bigging themselves up about this situation, talking about it. He didn't go into nothing depth and say, you know, nothing, but at the same time, putting myself in Boosie's shoes, you know, I would have felt the same way, a need to respond and say something like I thought we was going to, you know, let it go. Now, one might be thinking, same with me, oh, nigga chilling now, you know what I'm saying? Nigga OG, he, you know, nigga ain't try to get into nothing. Nigga, you know, I can play on him any type of way, but that's so not so, fam. And I don't think that's so with Boosie. I don't think that's so with Ralo. But a lot of people try to play with Boosie now, due to the status that he is, due to the age and knowing what he have did in the past. So they just go to show whatever you did in the past, whether it's killing somebody or whatever the case might be, man. People looking to the future, these YGs coming up, and it don't even matter. But I will keep y'all updated on situations. But make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm out.